In this video, we will talk about cloud data center design and management, right? So we know that the cloud providers maintain some data centers. In a data center, there are a lot of servers, right? So data center is nothing but collection of different servers together. We call it as a data center, right? So what is a data center? It's a physical location that stores computing machines and their related hardware, right? All the computing machines and their hardware together. If it is stored, then we call it as a data center, right? It contains the computing infrastructure that IT systems require, such as servers, data storage drives and network equipment. All those comes under the physical infrastructure. Okay, it is a physical facility that stores any company's digital data. All the digital data is stored in a data center. Almost every company maintain a data center where it has lot of servers, and the data, the application, everything is stored in that data center. Okay, there are a lot of benefits with these data centers. What are those? It supplies backup power supplies to manage power outages. Okay, so data center's task is to have 24/7 power supply, so that when services are accessing the data, it should be able to provide it, right? So backup power is also supplied through a data center. Data replication across several machines for disaster recovery. In a data center, they maintain backup also. So since you are blindly trusting the cloud provider is telling your data is available with us. Okay, it will not never be lost. Why? Because they are having the multiple copies of your data as backup. Okay, that is also taken care by the data center. Temperature controlled facilities to extend the life of the equipment. Okay, so this data center is also maintaining the temperature of it. There are a lot of ACs used, cooling facilities used, so that the equipment what is there, the hardware part has higher life usage, right? And then easier implementation of security measures for compliance with the data loss. They also follow the compliances. There are so many laws of data coming up, so they are also taking care of those things, right, in a data center. But basically, what does a data center contains? What are the elements of data center? So most enterprise data center infrastructure falls into three broad categories. Compute, the first one is compute, storage and network. Okay, let's see each one of them. Computing infrastructure, what is stored? So data center contains three kinds of things. One is compute related, the other is storage related, the third is network related. So in computing resources, it includes several types of servers with varying internal memory. Your RAM, your hard disk space, with different varying memories, they have different types of server, right? With different varying internal memory, varying processing power and other specifications. Okay. But again, also it contains examples of this computing infrastructure could be rack servers and blade servers. Okay, these are some examples. Rack servers have a flat rectangular design and you can stack them in racks or shelves in a server cabinet, like we have in our lab. No, we see in our lab there is a very big machine, a rectangular, right? Something like this. It is kept in the server room, right, with so many racks here. Okay, so each rack contains one server, one storage facility. Okay, then we have blade servers. It's a modular device and you can stack multiple servers in a smaller area. Okay, it is something like not a horizontal one, but in a different style. We have these blade servers. So this is about the computing infrastructure. The second one is storage infrastructure. So there are two types of data center storage systems. First one is block storage devices. Block storage devices like hard drives and SSDs store data in blocks and provide many terabytes of data capacity. Okay, so this is like our normal storage, like what we have in our laptops or desktop machines in our labs, right? That is block storage. The other type of storage is file storage. So file storage devices like network attached storage, NAS, which can store large volumes of files. You can basically, if you talk about the CCTV recordings, no, CCTV footages are continuously recorded in lot of big cities in India, right? So all they use this NAS storage. They only store the recordings, videos and the images, right? So in storage part of the data center, we have these kinds of devices. One is for storing basic data like what we use, So hard drives and SSDs are there. The other one is file storage, where we have network attached storage system to store large volumes of data. And the third one is network infrastructure. Here the networking devices such as cables, switches, routers and firewalls. Okay, all these are considered in under the network infrastructure. They provide flawless data movement and connectivity across the system. So all together combined, all these three elements combined together forms a data center infrastructure, right? But however, along with these three, we have some supporting infrastructure, something like power subsystems. So there should be because we are talking about backup, we are talking about power supply, right? Continuous power supply is there. So there are a lot of switches, boards, everything, wires are involved, right? Uninterruptible power supplies, UPS is there. For UPS, why? If power is off, there should be some backup for us, right? Then additionally, we have backup generators. A very big generator will be there, which will be running to supply power to the data center. And ventilation and cooling equipment, fire suppression systems and building security systems. Building security means some security guards who will be taking care of the infrastructure, right? So all these are the additional items which are also involved in the data center. Okay, so these data center components support the main equipment so that you can use the data center facilities without interruption, right? So all this together forms the components of a data center. Okay.